Hello everyone, and welcome to a video that's probably going to kill me. But no, in all seriousness, the reason I'm doing another Blu-ray collection video is for two main reasons. One, I feel like a Blu-ray collection video has been long overdue on my channel. I think the last time I did one was 2017, maybe? And I've obviously collected a lot more Blu-rays since then, so I feel like now is probably the best time to do another one. And to any of you that enjoy these Blu-ray collection videos, this will probably be the last one I do, either in a long time or ever, because I own a shitload of Blu-rays, and I can't keep doing these. Because there's just going to be a point where I'll have so many Blu-rays that it will just be too much to do in one video. So yeah, this will probably be the last one I do, either for a very long time or just ever. So yeah, the second reason why I'm doing this is also as a consolation thing. I want to make up to you guys for the fact that I haven't been posting as regularly as I wanted to over the last month or so. My upload schedule's been very shit, and I apologise for that because I've been very, very busy. And this is kind of my way of making up for that. Anyway, the same rules apply here as they have done with the previous two videos. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on each Blu-ray individually. I'm just going to show you what each Blu-ray is and then move on. If it's a specific Blu-ray that I've got something particular to say, then I will say that thing and then just move on. But again, I won't linger on it. Also, I'm wearing glasses because I'm old and my eyesight's fucked. There we go. I think that's all I have to say, so we might as well just get straight into it. I'm going to start off, weirdly, with box sets, because the way, as you've probably seen from my videos, is that my shelf is arranged so that the box sets are kind of in front of the main shelf of Blu-rays. So I'm going to do the box sets first, because they are the first thing that I have to my right. The Alfred Hitchcock Masterpiece Collection. I said this last time, but I'm slightly annoyed at this because it has every Alfred Hitchcock movie except for North by Northwest, Dial M for Murder, and Strangers on a Train, I think, is the other one. And those are like the three that I want to see the most. But this is still very good value for money. I got it for like 27 quid. And yeah, for that amount of money, when it was on offer, that you're getting a very good deal because you've got like, I don't know, I want to say 15 movies, and it's Alfred Hitchcock. You can't go wrong with Hitchcock. The Indiana Jones Complete Collection. Yeah, it has all four of them in it. I'm not one of those people that ignores Kingdom of the Crystal Skull entirely. I'm aware that movie exists, but yeah, it's one of those things that happened and you just kind of have to admit that it happened. Star Wars, the Complete Collection. Yeah, the prequels happened. They're not as bad as everyone says they are. The Mad Max trilogy. I think last time I did a Blu-ray collection, all the individual films were out individually on the shelf, but due to space and making room for new Blu-rays, I put them back in the box, and the box is very nice anyway, so yeah, why not have the box out? And finally, I think that's the last of the box sets, but the Mission Impossible quadrilogy. Yeah, this one goes up to Ghost Protocol. I do have the most recent two, which are up on the shelf somewhere, and you will see them later in the video. I really should have shown them when I was showing this, but hey, I've already laid my Blu-rays out on the floor, so I can't be asked to go and grab them now. So this is where the real fun begins. 12 Angry Men. 12 Monkeys. 21 and 22 Jump Street. 500 Days of Summer, still my favourite romantic comedy. 2001, A Space Odyssey. Airplane. Akira, which I may or may not be reviewing for this anime series of reviews that I'm doing this year. Also, in regards to last month's anime review, I will do that. I just, like I said, because I was so busy, I just didn't get around to doing it. But I do know what the anime is I'm reviewing, so don't worry. That will come soon, as well as this month as well. Alien, Aliens, and Alien Covenant. I realise Alien Covenant is not the best movie in the world, but it's very pretty to look at, and that is the main reason why I have it on Blu-ray. Amelie, American Beauty, American Hustle, American Psycho, Annihilation. I am so glad this finally came to Blu-ray in the UK, because I think, like I said in my review of it last year, if you live in the UK, you had to watch it on Netflix, and unfortunately, Netflix being Netflix, and my internet being as kind of crap as it is, it came through in really bad quality, but now I have a proper crisp, 1080p high-def version to watch. So that's good. Also, the movie's really good as well. That's the other reason why I own it. Ant-Man. Apocalypse Now. Apollo 13. Argo. The Aristocats. That pretty much made up a lot of my childhood. Watching that and another old Disney movie on VHS when I was a kid pretty much made up my childhood. The other Disney movie that I watched as a kid is in this collection, and you will see it later on, and I will point it out when I get to it. Arrival. The Avengers. Avengers Age of Ultron. Avengers Infinity War. The Babadook. Baby Driver. Back to the Future. Just the first one. I don't own the sequels. Don't quite know what else to say there. Bad Times at the El Royale, one of the most underrated movies of last year. Some people didn't like it, and I can understand why, because it is a very, very slow movie. But I really liked it. The cinematography is great, the acting's great, and the way the story unravels is different, to say the least. The Dark Knight trilogy, as well as The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2, Batman The Killing Joke, and I do own Batman Ninja, but a friend of mine is borrowing it at the moment, which is why I don't have it in my collection. Put words. Beautiful Boy. Being John Malkovich. Bleh. Big Hero 6. The Big Short. Birdman. Black Panther. Black Swan. Blade. And Blade Runner The Final Cut. Blade Runner 2049, one of the best looking movies I think I've ever seen. Blazing Saddles. Blind Spotting. Okay, forget what I said about Bad Times at the El Royale. This is the most underrated movie of 2018. The Bourne Identity, The Bourne Supremacy, and The Bourne Ultimatum. These are the only ones that I own. And these are the only ones that I need to own. Boyhood. The Breakfast Club, classic 80s movie. Brick. A Bridge Too Far. Bronson. Burning, a fantastic Korean movie from last year. It's a bit of a slow burn, but if you're willing to give it the time of day and just stay with it till the end, you're in for a treat. The Cabin in the Woods. Captain America, The Winter Soldier, and Civil War. I don't own the first one. I can keep meaning to get the first one, but I just haven't got round to it yet. Children of Men. Climax, incredibly fucked up movie, but the filmmaking is just so brilliant that I kind of love it. Like, if you were trying to pitch this movie to me, or like try and get me to watch it, I'd probably say no. But I watched it, and I actually kind of love it, because on paper, this is the kind of movie that I should not like. But somehow I kind of do, and I love it more than I should do, really. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Still haven't watched that one yet. I know, apologies. Cloverfield and 10 Cloverfield Lane. Collateral. Coraline. The Crow. And Cube. Very underrated movie from the 90s. Funny enough, this movie's as old as me. Deadpool 1 and 2. The Departed. The Death of Stalin. The Descendants. I've only seen that movie once, and I desperately need to watch it again. The first 4 Die Hard movies. There is not a 5th one. Just saying. Django Unchained. Doctor Strange. Doctor Who, Day of the Doctor. Dog Day Afternoon. Donnie Darko. Don't Breathe. Drive. Dunkirk. Edge of Tomorrow. Elysium. One of my favourite movies of all time, and I am not joking when I say this, but The Emperor's New Groove. I can quote this movie back to front. I've watched it more than any movie ever made, and I still have a ton of fun with it every time I watch it. Hence why it's one of my favourite movies ever made. I told you I wasn't joking. This legitimately is one of the best movies I've ever seen. The Evil Dead trilogy. And Ex Machina. Fargo. Fight Club. Whoops, I talked about Fight Club. First Man. Frank. Free Fire. Game Night, again, another underrated movie from 2018. Not enough people saw that movie, and it's really fucking funny. Gangster Squad. This, out of every movie in my Blu-ray collection, I would say this is probably the best to be defined as a guilty pleasure. I'm aware that it's not very good. The plot is shit. The acting is debatable from some people, especially Sean Penn, who overacts like no one's business. But the action scenes are pretty entertaining, and Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone's relationship is the main thing that keeps me watching the film, to be honest. Gattaca. Get Out. The Ghost in the Shell, and the 2017 live-action remake, which I haven't seen yet, but I will do. Maybe for a video that's coming very soon. You didn't hear that from me. The Gift, not gonna lie, I've only watched this once, and I remember it being quite good, so I may have to revisit it again. So yeah. The Godfather. Godzilla. Gone Girl. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Goodfellas. Good Time. Good Will Hunting. The Grand Budapest Hotel. And Gravity. Got Dead Man Walking on a Green Mile. Green Room. Guardians of the Galaxy Volumes 1 and 2. The Guest, highly underrated movie from a few years back. Hacksaw Ridge, not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest here. The first half of the movie took me a while to get through because it's very cliched, it's very over the top, and doesn't go anywhere for a while. But then when the battle scenes hit, they are some of the most brutal things you'll ever see in a war movie. And even though it does feel like a jarring shift in tones, I do prefer the second half to the first half. Even though it's all pretty well done, the second half just has more going for me than the first half does. The Hangover. Just the first one, the other two are shit. Hardcore Henry. There we go. The Hateful Eight. Heat. Hellboy. And Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. And when the remake/reboot comes out on Blu-ray, I will not be buying it. If you've seen my review of the film, then you'll know how shit I thought it was. Her. Fucking beautiful movie. If you've not seen Her, you're doing yourself a disservice, because this is genuinely one of the most gorgeous movies I've ever seen. Both from a visual standpoint, soundtrack standpoint, and just a movie in general. It's just bloody gorgeous. Hot Fuzz. Howl's Moving Castle. The Hunger Games and The Hunger Games Part 2, Catching Fire. I don't own the last two Hunger Games movies because I feel like Mockingjay Part 1 is very slow and boring and there's not much going on, and then Part 2, though it was more satisfying and a lot more happened, it just kind of felt like it didn't quite know what to do once it had blown its load, in a sense. The Ides of March. The Impossible. I do like movies, I swear, I just can't remember the names of them sometimes. In Bruges. Incendie. My god, this is a phenomenal movie. One of Denis Villeneuve's first films, I think, and it's in French and Arabic. I might be wrong there, but it's not English, basically. If you're wanting to get into foreign language movies and you don't know where to start, this is a good place to start because it is such a good film and the ending floored me. Inception. Gotta have that. The Incredibles. The Incredible Hulk. Inglourious Bastards. Inside Llewyn Davis. Inside Out. Interstellar. Iron Man 3, again, like the Captain America movies, I am trying to get the first two, but just haven't had the time yet. It, Chapter 1. Jaws. John Wick, Chapters 1 and 2, and I will be getting a third one when it comes out, because that movie was fucking incredible. Jurassic Park. Jurassic World. Kick-Ass. Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2. Kingsman: The Secret Service. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Kubo and the Two Strings. Oh shit. La La Land. The Lego Movie 1 and 2, as well as the Lego Batman movie. Leon the Professional. Let the Right One In. Not the American remake, just the original Swedish one. Life of Pi. Little Miss Sunshine. Locke, fantastic movie. Looper. Mad Max Fury Road. Man of Steel. The Martian. Memento. Misery. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Mission Impossible Ghost Fallout. Why was I going to say Ghost Protocol? Da-da-da. Molly's Game. Monsters Inc. Probably my favourite Pixar movie. I'd need to think about that, but I'm just going to say that is for the moment. Moonlight. Moonrise Kingdom. Munich. Gonna be honest, I haven't watched this one yet, but I've heard good things. The Nice Guys, and Nightcrawler. Right, so for the sake of this last shelf, I thought I would change the camera angle up a bit, because I've already limited the amount of space I have over there by putting all of the Blu-rays that go up here on the floor. So I have no room to put these on the floor, so I'm just kind of gonna have to like work off of the shelf for these last few. So we have Night of the Living Dead, the original 1968 one on Criterion. No Country for Old Men. Ocean's Trilogy? Yep. Old Boy, the original, not the remake. Pan's Labyrinth. The Place Beyond the Pines. Platoon. Predator. Predestination. The Prestige. Prisoners. Prometheus. Public Enemies. Pulp Fiction. Punch Drunk Love. A Quiet Place. The Raid and the Raid 2. Reservoir Dogs. The Revenant. The Planet of the Apes prequel trilogy, I suppose you call it. Robin Hood. This was the other Disney movie I was on about that I used to watch to death as a kid on VHS. The Royal Tenenbaums. Saving Private Ryan. A Scanner Darkly. Scarface. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Searching. Funny story about this one. When this movie did eventually come out on DVD, because I missed it in the cinema, it only came out on DVD and not Blu-ray. And I was slightly annoyed because there was a Blu-ray for it in America and I don't have a region-free Blu-ray player, so I have to get the UK version of the Blu-ray. So when it comes out on DVD, I search desperately for a Blu-ray version of it in the UK region, and I find nothing at all. Fast forward about a couple months later when I've given up looking for a Blu-ray, and then in the corner of my eye, in HMV, I see this. A HMV exclusive, searching Blu-ray. I grabbed it the first chance I saw it, and I'm really glad I have it because it's one of the best films of last year that I unfortunately didn't get a chance to review. If you've not seen Searching, I highly recommend it because it's fucking brilliant and uses its premise and gimmick, I suppose, in a way that feels very natural and realistic, and not many movies can pull that kind of thing off. Senna, still the best documentary I've ever seen. Seven. Seven Psychopaths. The Shape of Water. Shaun of the Dead. The Shawshank Redemption. The Shining. Sicario. I don't own the second one because I didn't like it that much. Signs. The Silence of the Silence of the Lambs. A Single Man. Sing Street. Sin City. The Sixth Sense. Skyfall. Slow West. And The Social Network. Just move back here a little. Here we go. Right. Now we're getting to the really good ones. Oh, no, here we go. Right. Son of Saul. Probably the best foreign language movie I think I've ever seen. If you've not seen this movie, or yet alone even heard of it, I cannot recommend it enough. It deserved the Oscar for Best Foreign Language Movie. And yeah, just watch it. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Speed. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, which I can't seem to hold in one hand. Yeah. Spider-Man Homecoming. By the way, I will be seeing Spider-Man Far From Home this week, so expect a review for it next week. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I mean, what else do I have to say that hasn't already been said? That movie is bloody amazing. Spirited Away. Split. Stand By Me. A Star Is Born. That doesn't sound good. The Star Trek reboot... Remake? No, reboot trilogy. Don't know why I'm having trouble speaking all of a sudden. Yeah, brilliant movies. I still think the first one is the best one, but that's just me. The Force Awakens. The Last Jedi. Rogue One. Or as I like to call it, Wagwan. A Star Wars story. Steve Jobs. Stronger. Submarine. I own Suicide Squad, apparently. I genuinely can't remember why I own Suicide Squad. Yeah, I can't talk my way out of this one. I genuinely don't know why I own it. But I have Sunshine. That's a brilliant movie. This isn't. That is. Winner, loser. I apologise if I'm turning my back to you, but it's because the last clump of them are over here, so I'll probably keep, doing this. So, we have Super 8, Swiss Army Man, Taxi Driver, Ted, The Terminator, and Terminator 2 is right here. They Live, They Shall Not Grow Old. Right, here's an interesting one. I still have this, which is a double pack of the original The Thing and the 2011 reboot prequel thing of the same name. I also have this, the Arrow Films remaster of the original. So I may get rid of that at some point and just keep this. But yeah, if you haven't seen the original, I highly recommend it. The prequel isn't as bad as you'd think it would be, so I recommend that as well, but if I had to choose between the two, definitely the 1982 original with Kurt Russell in it. The Thor trilogy. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Trainspotting. Trainspotting 2. Train to Busan, The Tree of Life, True Grit, Unbreakable, Up. Okay, I take back what I said earlier about Monsters Inc. Up might be my favourite Pixar movie. But Monsters Inc. is a close second. Just saying. Victoria. Great foreign language movie there. Wait Until Dark. Okay, now we are on the final pile. And it's the one I'm most worried about because I don't want to ruin it. Right, here we go. Watchmen. Whiplash. Wind River. The Witch. The Wolf Pack. Ah, that's uncomfortable. Fuck. The Wolf of Wall Street. Wonder Woman. The World's End. Wreck-It Ralph. X-Men First Class. The Wolverine. X-Men Days of Future Past. Logan. Young Frankenstein. Your Name. Zero Dark 30. And the final Blu-ray. That is unstable. There we go. And the final Blu-ray that I own is Zoolander. And you will not believe how hard this was to find, because I looked for this fucking everywhere, and the one place I did not expect to find it was in a Poundland. That is it. That is every single Blu-ray that I own, and now I've got to put them all back. Fucking hell. Why did I choose to do this? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this pain and misery that I've gone through, you're welcome, I guess. Anyway, thank you for watching. It means a lot to me for those of you that do watch and are subscribed. If you like the video, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Bye.